Right now, uh, what we're going to attempt to do here is give you a idea of exactly how evolution happened. All right, now, evolution is a very scientific process. Uh, there's a lot of information that's transferred during evolution. Now, we really don't know where all that information came from. Uh, it's not really, we ain't really sure exactly where the information came from. There's no way that anything intelligent could have made it. I mean, it's just impossible that happened. But we were trying to figure out exactly where all the information came from. But what we're going to discuss here is really just evolution in general. I mean, we ain't going to go into real scientific detail about it, but we're going to give you an idea of exactly how it happened, all right? Okay. Now, this piece of paper kind of represents the world. I mean, and this pen represents just how information gets to the world, see? All right. Now, so let's look at it on that level there, okay? All right, now, okay, let's start out now. All right, what we think happened, how life began. What we really think happened is there's this pool of what you call them amino acids. That's right. There's a big old pool of water. It's a pretty good size, maybe bigger than this here room. I mean, there's a pool of amino acids, and in that pool of amino acids, they're floating around in there. See, we're not really sure where the amino acids are, but we're going to start from that level. We don't know exactly where the amino acids came from, but that's where we're going to start. But I mean, start with the amino acids already there. That way you get a little. I mean, if we go into scientific detail, you won't understand it. We'll be using all kind of scientific language that you can't understand. So let's just start where you at a place where you can just kind of grasp it, just the idea of it. All right. Okay. All right. We got the pool. We got amino acids in the pool, and then lightning strikes the pool. All right, lightning's got a lot of energy in it, and it hits that pool with all those amino acids in there, and it just boom. I mean, just all that energy has to do something to that amino acids. Them amino acids, they come to life now. Watch him. All right, when that happens, it makes life. Now, life is represented by that little dot right there. I don't know if you can see it, but that's life. All right, that's the first bacteria, first piece of life that came to life. That's the first one. All right, and a little bitty that dot right there. Now that little bitty old dot, it can hold about maybe 100,000 little pieces of bacteria, a little piece of life. Or 100,000 of them, all right. Now they start multiplying, see? They start multiplying, and that dot makes a bigger dot. All right, got an arrow right there pointing out how it's going. Yeah. You see that little dot? All right. That dot moves over, and you got that dot right there, so it evolved. I mean, it got bigger, you see. That little dot got a little bit dot. All right, now look. All right, and that little dot's pretty important, all right, because it's got more information in it. It's got more information. So all that information expands. I mean, it just grows, and that little dot, got a little arrow shows it can't start with that dot. It had to start with the little one, see? All right, it started that little dot, and it comes to this dot. Then it gets even bigger. Look, all right? Look at that. See? All right? This dot moves, and it gets bigger, and look right there. You see that? That's another dot. That's a bigger dot, see? See how they're evolving, see? They get them from small, little bit of information, to a little bit bigger, A little more information. To a little bit bigger, and it got more information. All right, now look. All right, we're still swimming around that little pool of amino acids. We're still moving around in there. We're not sure exactly what the atmosphere was on the Earth at the time. We can speculate on that. We can speculate that it might have been methane, which wasn't very likely, even though Miller-Urey kind of says it was methane. But scientists today really don't think it was methane because they tried to evolve some stuff from methane and it didn't work. So it probably wasn't methane. But anyway, let's take a look. Okay, we're gonna look at this here. All right, we've got the bigger dot. I'm not gonna go into a whole lot of scientific detail because you probably wouldn't understand it. All right, now, but I'm gonna keep it kind of simple here for you. All right, now look, that dot, move down here. And it got a tail on it. And it got some gills. And it got some fins on it. It evolved into a fish. Alright, see that? I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Alright, right there. It evolved into that fish. Yeah. And that fish is still swimming. It had to evolve into a fish because it swim around the pool, right? Alright, it couldn't evolve into nothing else. It had to evolve into a fish. Alright, now look. Alright. Now look, watch this. This is real important now. Don't miss this one. Alright, that fish started moving on the dry land. So it had to get some legs on it. It got a head on it. It moved to that. It got a kind of point in there. See that? It evolved. And it's got legs going right there. See that? I mean, that's important now. This is real important information. You can't forget this now. All right, then when it evolved from the leg, it started to where it could walk, kind of upright. It's going to have a little bit longer legs on the front of it. It's a little bit bigger. And then it moved over and it started walking kind of upright. His arms kind of dragging down. It kind of looked like that. Can you see that? All right. Just look. It's real science. It walked like him, and then it moved, and it's walking a little more upright. See? This is real interesting stuff. I mean, this is really how people got here. That's real important. How did they get here? And when you started walking a little bit upright, it started getting a little bit smarter too, you see, and then it started walking up like that. And then, all right, now watch, it evolved, and it started walking more upright. And it started learning how to use its hands, and then all of a sudden, you get people. And they're walking straight upright, and that's how we got here, see? I mean, you can see the whole evolution of it right here. It starts with a dot, and it moves to a bigger dot, and it gets a bigger dot with more information in it, and then it gets to be a fish, all right? It gets to be a fish, and then it moves out of being a fish and starts being walking around, see? And then this is scientific now. This is what they tell you in them science books. I mean, you open any science book anywhere, and they'll tell you just like this, just exactly like this how it happened. I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious as the hair on your head. See, it walking around and getting bigger. It's starting to stand up now. And it looks more like a gorilla than a person, really. When you look at those science books, it literally looks more like a gorilla, kind of like a monkey or something like that. And then it's walking a little more upright, and it's got a bigger head on it, and then it evolved right there. There's man right there. That's how it happened. That's what they tell you on every science book you open today. That's how man got him. And I mean, I proved it right there. Right there. You saw how that dot evolved from that dot and that dot. You saw that. Look at it, huh? I'm telling you. They don't call me scientist for nothing. That's it, boy. That's it in a nutshell. Hot dog.